What's good with y'all? It's Taj, and today we're here to talk about where women and men go wrong in their dating standards. First, let's talk about the men. Men have this connotation of judging a woman's value based off her physical appearance and her beauty. Yes, men do value beauty and sex appeal more than anything, but I think what a lot of guys miss is the concept that a feminine woman is about how she complements your life. You can't say a woman's more valuable because she matches a certain standard, because how can you have a beautiful woman and say she's more valuable and she doesn't do shit for you? A feminine woman and the women that are right for you do for you regardless of how they look. There's no point saying you have a beautiful woman by your shoulder if she doesn't even value enough to want to even do for your life or add to your life, but take from it. If you have to do more for that woman than she is for you, guess what, bro? You're not as valuable in her eyes, and guess what? That doesn't make her a quality woman for you. Now, hell, even body count. One thing I learned is that a lot of guys will not mess with a girl if she has a certain body count. And yes, there is some cases where a woman has made herself extremely available out there. But I think that a lot of guys kind of overanalyze it. Like, dude, like women's sexuality is just as intense as male sexuality. The clitoris has more nerves, so a woman's going to be more sexual at times than a man. Guys don't know that, and because of that, they sort of misjudge a woman because she has some experience or a few bodies and probably a number above 10. They start to look at her as a whore, and it's like, no, what makes her a whore is if she actually is available to every guy. There's how many people in this world? It's like 2 billion people in this world. You can't judge her value off of just even her body count, because that's to say that she's not a good woman. A woman can have a body count of how much, but when she runs into that man that she actually wants, bro, you're not going to see any other. Bro, she will be a good woman if she wants to be a good woman. Same thing if a good man wants to be a good man. Some men don't want to deal with certain women on that level, and some people have to accept that what makes someone a good partner or a good man or woman is if they complement you. One woman's whore is another man's wife. As a man, you're going to require sexual needs, right? You know, guys like to project this unicorn of a woman, of really beautiful and virgin-like, and let me tell you something right now. A really beautiful woman is going to get attention. She's going to have experience. And let me tell you something about the virgin. The virgin is not going to satisfy you in the bedroom. Unless you want to wait months and years for that woman to satisfy you and be the woman that you want, guess what? You're not going to be happy with it. And so the reality is you should choose a woman that's a lady in presentability. But when she's in the bedroom, she's not that. Because I tell you right now, guys trick themselves into that too. Women make very superficial judgments on a man, and that's why they miss out on love so much, because they try to put a checkbox of what a man has to be in order for them to date them. And the reality is, first off, most women are too insecure to make these judgments in the first place when they need to work on themselves. And second, a lot of these judgments, like I said, are superficial. You can't say a man is less than a man because of his job, his status, his height, and even his age. There are a lot of women that trick themselves into thinking that a man is based off of those principles and not about the character and who he is, because a good man is a good man. A good man is based off of his character, is based off of his vibe. And a lot of women miss out because they're too busy trying to pick them out and weed them out through superficial concepts. And let me be honest, there's men that are 30 years old. A lot of y'all were young dealing with men that were way older that weren't the men that you thought they were. But a lot of y'all dubbed guys that were younger because you thought that these men were not men at all. And guess who missed out? You. Also, social media has made women very delusional into believing the concept of what they see on social media is actual love. It's not fighting and chaos all the time. It's not acting crazy. It's not the guy that's buying all the expensive things and the dates and the romanticism fairy tale that y'all see in Disney. That's not what love is about. Love is about being real and positive. Just because a man doesn't have all those things to provide for you does not mean he does not love you. Just because a man is not necessarily the most romantic does not mean he loves you. Most men are pretty much stoic in nature, meaning that they're not as expressive. But when a man really loves you, he's going to check on you. He's going to make sure you're your best. He's going to get on you about things about yourself that you may not like, but because love is about being real and mutuality, he cares about you. Would you rather take a man that doesn't care about you at all and he manipulates you by lying to you and telling you all these things and fitting the image of love? Or would you want a real man to be there that actually pushes you to be your best self and work together? Because the reality is that you have to pick which one you want, fake love or real love.